afternoon, folks. Well, it's been about a day and a half since I had the camera on last. Ended up filming this Butler there the other evening, getting that thing topped off. Didn't have the camera yesterday, just had a lot going on. Barn chores, frozen manure to deal with. And then I had a load of sawdust to grab after lunch. So we got kind of started a little bit late in the day. Figured, well, I'll just start filming today. So anyways, ended up getting that thing full last night. Took everything we had over there at Henshaw's to get that thing full, plus one load from the back of the west barn. That was actually leftover silage corn. And there's a couple acres of that left, and she's pretty wet, 33%. Ended up putting probably about 150 bushels of that in that dryer last night. And this morning, the sterol had buried itself and through the breaker and all sorts of good stuff. So, got to climb up there with a pipe wrench, and Dad and I fought with that for quite a while. And it was not fun, but hey, I thought it would fit, all right? It fit, it just didn't like it, okay? Don't judge me. But we're back at it this afternoon. We're working on a smaller 3,500 bushel bin here. Between today and tomorrow, we'd like to get that bin full. We're actually working on the last acreage that we have that is dry. This stuff currently is about 17%. And then what's left is that silage corn in the back over there, that's 33%. And then there's actually, oh, what is that, 15 and 10, 25 acres, I think, roughly, of wet stuff. I mean, it is wet. It was planted after first cutting hay, and our first cutting hay was pretty late this year with the year we had, so it's probably going to sit in the field for a little bit, because everything here at home is going to be full within the next day or so here. So I won't have any room for storage here at home. So that stuff's all going to get hauled to town and sold. But I don't know if I really want to haul 40% corn to town to sell it. I just don't think there's going to be that much money to be made on 40% corn. So we're probably going to let it sit in the field, let God dry it for a little bit. Hopefully we don't get any major wind or snow or anything crazy like that. I mean, we've had snow and wind already, but I mean, some serious stuff I hope we don't get. So guess we'll keep our eyes peeled on the weather. If we see something look like it's coming up that, you know, we're going to have some issues, well, we'll just have to make the decision to go out there and take it. We get what we get. But we're going to work on unloading this stuff here. We've got probably about half that field knocked out so far. The field we're working on is actually like, I don't know, 3/4 of a mile long. It goes from Fox Lake to Hutton, and I never mapped it out, but it's at least a half a mile. You can't go from either end to the other end with a combine without being full, so we just split the field in half, do half it off Fox Lake, half it off Hutton. Works out nice that way. We've done that for a long time, so gonna get the rest of this stuff knocked out, unloaded, and put away for tonight, and then we'll combine again tomorrow, and hopefully get that dryer full over there. Once we got that full, that Butler's burning right now. It's working on drying a batch. Hopefully we'll have this one full. It can be drying a batch. Thursday's actually Thanksgiving, so hopefully we're got both of these full by then, so they can be burning, drying over the, I guess, the holiday. Not that farmers really get holidays. We still got to work, but make it feel better. By Thanksgiving, you had the last of the quart of home done. So, all right, we'll get back out of here. For you, as you can see, losing my sunlight. Sun just went behind the tree line off there to the west, so it's gonna start getting dark pretty directly here. Doesn't take long this time of year. Starting to go down, time change and all that nonsense kind of really put the damper on getting anything as far as sunlight late in the day. So Dad just called, he's about done with that field over there. He actually doesn't need this wagon back, so I will finish unloading this wagon, go and put it away. He'll be coming back shortly with the combine. We're gonna fuel and put that away. I'll grab the last two over there, unload them probably this evening here. And then I guess we're gonna have to figure out something. I hope tomorrow, obviously we want to do some corn tomorrow. Hopefully we can find something that's dry, drier than that 33%. I told you back at the West Farm over there's silage corn variety. It means dual purpose. It can go either way, but currently it's 33% moisture, and 33% moisture isn't going to come out of a wagon very nicely. So hopefully I can find something drier. All I have left aside from that silage corn back there is, you know, those acres I told you about that were planted after first cutting hay, that were kind of late, more towards, you know, late June era. So I don't know. Guess we're gonna have to go do some hand shelling tomorrow and test some things and figure out where we stand as far as moisture and what's ready to go and what's not. I need to get this dryer full. I was really hoping to end the week here with both of these dryers full, cooking and ready to go, so that next week, I got to top that end bin off down there, that 5,000 bushel storage. I need to top it off. It needs probably about 1,500 bushel. Take what's in that Butler there and move it over there, top that off. And then I guess I'll leave what's in the Butler for now. And then obviously topping off this 3,500 bushel dryer here. We actually grind feed out of that dryer, so we won't bother moving that stuff. But once you dry corn in our bins that we have, you either have to move it to a storage bin or market it within a reasonable time, because these are dryer bins and they're not like a top dryer or anything like that. They got a burner fan on the bottom, so you're running hot air through that whole bin. And what happens is you get, you know, the moisture cooks out of the corn and it kind of makes its way to the outside walls, and then you have the temperature variation. You know, it's cold outside, it's late November here. You got 90 plus degree air running in there to dry the corn. You're gonna have moisture condensation, it's gonna sweat, and so you end up with potentially wet corn stuck on the outside wall that'll mold and go bad. The last thing I wanna do is take corn that I just took all year to grow, paid for the seed, paid for the fertilizer, took the time to plant it and harvest it. Last thing I wanna do is let it go to, you know, junk. So we're gonna have to market what's in that Butler, I guess, because we're not gonna get it empty, because that end storage bin doesn't need that much. So that's fine. We'll probably market it somewhere around February. That's usually when we kind of start to move things. Around February, that's kind of when you start to see your higher side of grain values. Harvest time for us, in my opinion, it's not a good time to sell. I know some guys don't have the option to have storage like we do. That's one nice thing we have. We have storage. We can put our grain, whatever it be, corn, soybeans, wheat, whatever, on our operation in storage bins. And then when the market rallies, we can sell. And that's one beautiful thing of having storage bins. Well, Dad's headed home. Gonna call it a day. Got everything unloaded. I highly doubt you guys can even see me. Go over here. There we go. Anyways, got everything unloaded and wagons kind of put away. We'll further put them away tomorrow, and we're gonna have to look around and make a decision on what we're gonna do. He and I both kind of think there's probably not gonna be much anything dry, but we'll go check anyways and figure out what exactly we want to do. Guess we're gonna call tonight. Resume first thing in the morning. So thanks guys for watching. We'll catch you later.
this may be the final day of corn harvest for us this year. We got done planting kind of late in the spring. Planted some corn after we took some hay off. So this corn was planted around June 26th. And then it got dry, so it kind of sat still for a little bit. But later in the season, the rains came and we knifed into it and it took off and it looked pretty nice. But I think it frosted before it was completely matured. It hadn't dented yet. So we've been patiently waiting for it to dry down. And we're pretty well through December now. The last week before Christmas. We got full. All the bins at home are full. The last, I don't know, 40 or 50 acres here we've been hauling in direct and selling it. But the problem is the local elevator got full. So there's very limited access to dump corn. Had to get on a waiting list. They'd let you take a load or two. That way everybody had a chance to take some in. So we started hauling some up to Walnut Hill Grain up at Sterling. That's a small outfit, privately owned. It started up here about a year ago. It's about a 9-mile trip for us. I guess that's why we haven't used them too much. Diesel fuel being what it is, and labor and time, you know, we don't have a lot of that. But Ben's been hauling up there when we can't haul in Smithville. Hello? That was my local co-op. He said that they need another load today, so we'll send the next one their way. Whatever it takes to get the job done. Years like this make you wish you had a little bit more storage at home. I guess I didn't sell enough last summer. We have to have corn for feed, and we were very busy. So I guess I should have taken a better inventory of what we had on hand, because we had a half a bin of dry corn this fall come harvest. We tried to move that at the last minute, found out it had some weevils in it, so that throws a red flag. Nobody wants corn that has bugs in it, so we blasted the bugs and we'll grind it up and use it for feed. They don't have any bugs resistant to hammer mills yet, thank goodness. So we'll grind them up and feed them. Last year we used a product, maybe some of you guys heard of it. It's they called it Dusticide. In the past we used Malathion. Malathion was a good product, didn't have bug problems. Last year they gave me this stuff and said it was just as good as Malathion. Basically all it was is diatomaceous earth. Now, you pet owners out there know if you use diatomaceous earth around your house, it's supposed to help with the flea problem on your pets. You know, the bugs aren't supposed to like it. I don't know. It's supposed to cut their feet up or something. I don't know. So anyway, their thought was you put this in the grain and it'd take care of the weevils. Well, I think the weevils just put on their Crocs and walked right through it, because they didn't do anything for the weevils. We still have. So this fall, I did some research, talked to the local guys, and found out now they decided that Dusticide doesn't work, and they went back to Malathion. So we have Malathion again this fall. So we dusted everything real good. Put it in the grain, blew it in the plenum through the fan. So hopefully we cooked the little boogers. I guess time will tell. Key thing is to have your grain dry, clean, and get it as cold as you can in the wintertime to suppress any bug growth. So we'll see how that works out. back to the corn. This is a long season corn. What I should have done is I should have exchanged it for shorter season seed. I guess the day arrived that I could plant. Instead of taking time out of the day to go trade the seed, I threw in the planter what I had and went to the field. As I recall, we had herd check and about 6 other things going on at the same time. I wanted to plant corn, and so I was lackadaisical and I didn't do what I should have done and traded it on a shorter season corn. So now we're paying for it. It's been 31%, 30% for weeks. We snuck in here about a month ago and took a test load off, put it in a batch. We were drying at home, and it was really wet and didn't want to come out of the wagon, so we waited. A week or later or so, we did another batch, and so I snuck in and did another load. Same thing, hadn't changed at all. So now here we are, I don't know, 2-3 weeks after we finished the main bulk of our corn harvest, and it hasn't dried a bit. Same deal, so. But we had a 45-mile-an-hour windstorm here about 10 days ago, and it just about flattened the backfield back there. I decided it was time to do something about it, so we started shelling it off. It's wet. I know we're getting dock hard on it, but I guess you have to make that decision. That's a management decision. Do I want to harvest corn, or do I want to try and pick it up out of the dirt? Once it's on the ground, you get snow melting on it, rain. I think it's going to probably take on moisture before it loses it. So it was our decision to go ahead and start taking it off. Then you get down to that last field and it's like, you know, I really want to get it done. I really just want to clean the combine up, put it in the shed and leave it there and not worry about it. And they're forecasting maybe our first big snowstorm for our area this Thursday, right prior to Christmas, with freezing rain and wind, and I don't know. My gut told me just get it done, so that's what we're doing. You gotta take your time. We have a small combine, 1644. It's very small capacity compared to what some of you guys have. If you push wet corn through this machine, it'll shut you down. The clean grain elevator clutch overload. We did buy a speed up kit for that, which runs at a supersonic speed. But then you wear your chain out in half the time. I didn't put it on. I'm just taking my time. But we're getting down to the end now. Did 3 loads this morning. There's 3 or 4 now for this afternoon after I got done with chores. We started again. So with a little luck, we'll get done. But I'm thinking the sun will probably be done before that happens. We're into the short days now. December 21st is only a day away. That's the shortest day of the year. I like long days. June 21st is my favorite. You almost have to put blinders on to go to bed at night. Lots of daylight. This time of year, it's dark when you start, it's dark when you finish, and I don't know. It's not a sunny day, it's just kind of gloomy. So we're going to keep at it.
Dad has already been doing some filming for you, but I'm in the combine here. He had to stop and run a load up Smithville here. I've been hauling grain all day with the truck and wagons, and ended up getting a little bit held up where I was at, so he went to run one up here up to Smithville. They needed a load up there, so he's taking one in, and I got back, grabbed the combine. We're gonna keep getting this field knocked off here. We're trying to get done today. We got some pretty crummy weather coming for Saturday, or not Saturday, sorry, Thursday actually. Got some freezing rain and snow and good stuff coming, so I'm gonna try to get this corn finished up before that point in time. So I'm gonna get back after it here and get some of this stuff taken off. See you after a bit. You're fine. Well, this is the last of harvest for 2022. So we're gonna use a little DeWalt electric leaf blower we have to clean this header and feeder house off as best we can. That way when we go to take it off, we're not gonna have a mess. So I'm gonna get this finished up and get things put away. We will unload all this corn tomorrow. We just tried to get this field done today. It was kind of the main objective we had. So catch up with you guys here once we get everything put away. Well, ended up finishing up harvest the earlier evening. Took the leaf blower and blew the combine off, got it all cleaned up and put away. Ended up hauling that corn in, getting that stuff sold, so it's taken care of. Washed the wagons off because they were pretty messy. Driveways were soft the other day when we finished up, so got mud all over them. So we washed them up, put them away. That's gonna be it for 2022 as far as harvest goes. Everything went pretty well, you know, no major breakdowns or anything like that, so no complaints there. Obviously some labor shortages, but you know, we dealt with it and moved through it, and we'll adjust and adapt and overcome. But I'd like to thank you guys for watching. As always, God bless, and we will see you on the next one.